I am so hot. Can y'all see my ferns back over here behind me? I took them down. Now this end of the porch over here, they're still up because I can stand on this picnic table. But those down there I took down and watered. Everything is starting to look crispy. And I told Mom, I said, I try not to think about it, but it's very scary. How fast things are drying up, and it makes you worry. Maybe Dad's put that in our minds. I know Dad's always made us like scared the wells were going to go down, because wells are expensive. They're not cheap to fix if something goes out on your well. So I know he's put that kind of stuff in our heads about the wells. But now that I'm older, I think about things like the lake underground that our well is pulling water from, and do we waste it on the yard? Do we, I know that I seen the other day on the news that they're already starting to do that. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday stuff with, odd and even and stuff like that. So I'm thinking maybe we need to start doing it too, Yesterday my well was messed up. I had to call our well guy. Ronnie is really good. He owns Coons Water Well Repair. He doesn't put wells in, but he repairs them. And Steph called me. It was after lunch. Everybody had already left. And she asked me, did I, hold on, let me get a drink of tea. She asked me, did I have water? And I guess it was about 3 something. And I said, oh, so sorry. I said, yeah. I said, well, I had water after lunch because I'd washed a few glasses and things after everybody had left. And she said, well, she just turned on her water and there's not even a trickle. It's just nothing. And I said, oh my gosh. So I got up and was on the couch watching TV. So I walked around to the kitchen, turned on the water, and nothing came out. So I walked out to the well, and the pressure gauge was just laid over on 0. But I pushed the tank, the water tank, holding tank, and it was full of water. So I was like, well, I don't think we've lost prime. I mean, I'm not for sure because I'm not a well person, but usually when you lose prime, you have no water. Your water has just all gone out of the tank for some reason. So I went to but my tank was really heavy. You couldn't hardly push it, so I knew it still had water in it. So I went to the breaker and turned the breaker off because I didn't want the breaker to be on and the well not working. I didn't want something to burn up. And then I called Ronnie and I told him, I said, I know it's Sunday, and if you can't come out today, I completely understand, but if you can, I'd appreciate it. And he said he would come over, but it would be later in the evening. Because nobody wants to work in the middle of the sun out there in the middle of the day if they don't have to. And it's a Sunday. And he did. He showed up. It was funny because I didn't even know he was out there. When I'm in my living room, sitting on my love seat, where y'all see me a lot. Levi's always on the couch. He has the couch because it's in front of the coffee table better where he can spread his lists out. I'm always on the love seat. And when I'm sitting on the love seat and the front door is across the room from me, if somebody pulls in my driveway, their vehicle, the mirrors, the windows, whatever it is, causes a glare, like a light gleaming glare thing to come across my wall, right there by the window, and it sort of comes across as the car moves or the vehicle moves. It sort of comes across the wall all the way toward the TV. Now, I know somebody's pulled in the driveway. Now, that doesn't happen at night and stuff like that, but during the day when it's sunny, it just is a telltale sign that somebody's in the driveway. And So I was sitting there watching TV with Levi. I didn't know, he didn't give me a specific time. And I also had gone down to Daniel's once. I took my phone with me just in case he called him, because Daniel called me, wanted me to see the rest of what he'd done in his outdoor kitchen. And I helped him finish a couple of things under the sink. He wasn't going to do it. I said he needed to do it. He needed to put wood under the sink too. So I helped him do that. So I was there maybe 15 minutes tops. Nobody ever called. I come home. Then I messed around outside. And then I went back in the house. It was just hot. And I just kept glancing up at that wall, you know, just looking up at the wall as I messed with my phone. I played solitaire and free cell, played, you know, all these little games, waiting to see a glare, knowing that at 7 we were supposed to go to Daniel's. But I'd already told Daniel when I left earlier, I said, if Ronnie doesn't come till later, then I won't be here for. But he actually, he left at 10 till 7. So I was able to go down there and eat Daniel's Sunday evening meal that he cooked. Anyway, I didn't see the glare come across the wall. I don't know when he'd been there. All I knew is that it couldn't have been more than 20 minutes, because I had been out, you know, I had been out. And I don't know what made me think. I think I walked over to turn that portable unit on, or either turn it off, I can't remember, but it's over there by that window. And sure enough, I caught the end of his truck, because it's got one of those racks on it, you know, for pipe and stuff. And I caught the tail end of it, so he pulled really far up and I could just see the tail end. And I was like, oh my gosh. I slipped my shoes on and went out the front door, and I said, I didn't even know you were here. I've been trying to watch for you. And Ronnie's very laid back. He's just a laid back country boy. And he's like, he doesn't even talk fast. And he's like, yeah, I thought you was probably in there watching the tube or something like that, TV, I guess. And I said, well, actually, I was playing a game on my phone. I said, I said, do you need me to turn the breaker? Because I didn't know how long you'd been there. And I thought maybe he'd just gotten there. And I said, you want me to turn the breaker on? He goes, well, I already done all that. And I was like, oh, okay. So what do you think? He goes, well, I'm going to spray these points. So he said the points, he said it didn't need to be primed, which praise God, I'd already figured it. Jensen, no, I'd already figured it didn't need to be primed. But, I walked out there with him and it was running. And he said, it's up and running. And I said, well, somebody's using water right now. And I'm thinking, well, I had already told everybody when I realized we had no water. Steph already knew, and I said, well, I mean, there was just common sense. I said, well, just make sure nobody runs water. And she goes, no, we won't. And she ended up leaving and taking Elora and Brooke and I think the little cousin to the movies. Connor and Mia, his little friend Mia that goes to school with him, and Anthony, Connor's cousin, had gone to Mom's, and the only ones home in their house was Buddy and Caden. And anyway, so she's like, she already knew not to run water. Tony had already told him not to run water. So I said, well, I said, I'm pretty sure there's nothing running in my house. If you had already flipped the breaker and so water could be running in our houses, I would have heard water in my house. Like maybe Levi went and turned water on and then realized we didn't have water but never turned the faucet off, because he's done that before. But I'm thinking, I didn't hear water running in my house. So anyway, I said, let me get my phone so I can call the kids and see if either one of the boys got water going, and I'll check while I'm in there, but I'm pretty sure my house don't. So I did that. Come in the house, got my phone, none of my water was on, and then I walked over to Buddy's and checked all of his stuff, and nothing. Buddy and Caden were in Buddy's office, and Buddy was listening, but Caden was having a like a Zoom call with college scout stuff. I don't know. Anyway, So I just opened the door and peeked in and pulled the door shut because they were in the middle of a call. So then I text Tony and I said something about any running water over there. The well guy, do you have any running water on right now? Because the well guy's here and the well won't go off. He got it on. He got the well to come back on, but the well won't turn off now. He says there's water running somewhere. I said, check your toilets, make sure nothing's hung up and none of your faucets are on. And he didn't respond back right away. So I told Ronnie, I said, well, there's a faucet right over here that I can turn off the water supply to Tony's house. And so I went and turned it off. It's right here at the corner of the deck. Where the it's hard to tell because my phone is right in that corner, down low, under at the edge of the deck on the other side of the fence. It's hard to do it with my phone. Is a faucet that turns the water on. It goes out to my chickens, and then from there is where we cut it and went across to Tony's. So when you turn this off, Tony don't get water, and the chicken water out there doesn't work. So I turned it off, and before I even walked, I hadn't even gotten back over to the well, and Ronnie goes, yeah, that kicked it off, whatever you just did. I just heard my well kick on just now. So that lets me know that there was water at Tony's house running. I mean, that's how you know. If the well is on and it's been running nonstop. He said it's been running since he got it up. It had not shut off yet. That means this water is continuously running somewhere. But you turn this water, you turn a nozzle off and it goes off, you know that nozzle was the problem. You know, that nozzle that went to water somewhere was the problem. And so he said, just when you get a hold of your son, just make sure there's, and I said, yeah, I said, thank you a lot, you know, and I paid him, I gave him $15 more than what he told me it was. Just, I know it's not very much, but I thought for coming out, I don't have a whole lot, so I paid him and he left. And then it was about 10 minutes. Actually, that's not even true. It was 10 minutes after I got home. I had not been home from Daniel's. He left and I went straight to Daniel's. I never turned the water back on. When I got back from Daniel's, I hadn't been in the house maybe about 10 minutes. And Tony, that's when he texts me and he goes, I'll go out right now and check. So he meant like check his stuff outside. So I thought, well, I got to go turn the water back on for him. So I come out here and turn this on. And then I went on out to the chicken yard just to close up chickens and, you know, throw the live feed out and this, that, and the other, gather eggs. And he come out and walked and he goes, Mama, there's nothing running. There's nothing dripping or broke under my house. And he goes, there's nothing turned on in the house. And I said, okay, check your toilets and make sure you don't have one stuck, like the flap didn't go down all the way or something, and it's just constantly filling your toilet bowl, your tank up when it needs to shut off. And he goes, okay, I'll check them. And he goes, I'll just turn them off at the floor. When he said that, it made me think maybe he knows he's got one that tends to stick or something, because he volunteered turning it off at the floor and turning it on when he needs to flush. So I think that's the situation over there. So as long as they remember to do that, because wells are expensive to fix. Anyway, back to out here. So I took all them ferns down and set them over there this morning, well, a little while ago, and watered them. And I'm going to get up here and do these. I watered everything on this fence line too. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and build some kind of a gate over here that I can go on and off the porch with, because these chickens are causing me all kinds of heck on this deck. They tend to not worry on the, it's so strange that they don't mess around on this rug. But over here, they try to eat at what's left of the cat food. when they start, you know, chickens milling around like they do. Next thing you know, I've got 1,000 piles of chicken poop over here on this rug that used to be my little sitting area where I haven't done anything over there. You know, the rug is still there, the swing is still there, but that is going to be the kitchen part. And that's where I feed the cats, and that's where food tends to get little pieces stuck in the floor or whatever. I don't know where they're eating at it. And so if I come out this back door, it doesn't matter what time of day. If I come out this screen door, there's about 15 chickens on this deck that take off running. They know I don't want them on here. And some of them fly up on this fence over here. You know, that was just temporary to keep, if y'all remember why I did that fence, it was to keep Molly off the deck. And she was eating the plants. Even this, I'm going to show y'all something. Every time I look at it, I think, yeah, Molly did that. Hold on, let me flip the channel. Flip it. Look at this. You see how wrinkled up this is and sucked? It's all comes to right here. It's been like this because she sucked it through that wire and was chewing on it, and it never laid flat after that. I guess I could wash it and probably get it flat, but I watered this and this one and this one, this rose, these two, this stuff up here. These need to get in the ground, but I don't even want to put them in the ground right now because I don't want to mess with watering way out in the yard if I don't have to. And then all these got watered, and that pot and that pot. So, this little fern right here. So yeah, I need to get up here and do these now. It's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and I can do them with that wand down there. I love that wand. But look at that pot down there. Those look so, look at them. They're so sad and hanging. And then this needs to be watered. So I'm fixing to do that right now. But yeah, I've got to, look at this. Y'all can't see it probably. All these little white specks, guys, that's chicken poop. I've just got to get it. I've just got to get, look. There's 4 chickens underneath that deck, right under that chair right now. I'm fixing to chase them off. I don't know if there's shade all over the place, so they can't be coming to the deck for shade. They're coming to the deck to find food that they can, if they just stay, go, 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 go. They don't know what to do. They're stuck under there with that. Go. Shh. Anyway, I do not want to have to ask anybody to help me out there until it's cool. So if that means 2 or 3 months from now, then I guess that's what it means, because it's too hot. Daniel gets home in the evenings. It's already, you know, our temperatures this week are in the triple digits early up in the day, and they don't go back down into double digits, and still you're talking about high 90s till 8 or 9 o'clock. By then it's dark. I just don't want to ask anybody to do it. I just don't want to ask anybody to do it. But it's got to get done in order for me to keep these chickens in that coop. I have about 7 chickens. Actually, right now it looks like there's well, no, because sometimes they lay behind the feed barrels out there. But there's usually between 5 and 7 chickens that do not leave the chicken coop. They just don't leave. They don't leave the chicken run at all. They don't even attempt. And the rest of them, look, they fly over this fence and they get out there. They're all out here. A couple of mornings ago, Big Red and one of my buff chickens was out in Stephanie's backyard underneath her bird feeder, because the squirrels get on our bird feeders and knock the seed around, and then the chickens are attracted to it. Anyway, so I've got to get these chickens. It's like I tell myself, I get frustrated, and then I tell myself, don't be frustrated. It's only a short amount of time. Don't think about it too much. It is what it is until you can get the rest done. So that's what I have to tell myself. But anyway, I'm fixing to get up here and water these real quick, and I will see you guys later. All right. They're filled with water, and then I watered all this over here too. Go gotta keep everything alive. I don't want anything to die because of this heat. And now I'm gonna go in and watch me an episode or two of Blacklist. I boo-hooed and cried day before yesterday, or night before yesterday, last night, not before last night, because Elizabeth died after having that baby. And then I thought, she can't be dead. I read somewhere something about in season 8, and I'm only in season after. I read something about, because I googled what was their relationship, because I am not good about holding out to the end, finding out things. And so this stuff is, you know, Blacklist has been over for several years, so I thought that I'll ask Google. But what I did see in Google was how they said, I know some of you probably guys hadn't even watched Blacklist, don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I just know that when I Googled something, it said something about in season 8 when she dies. But I'm in season 3 and she just died. So I knew there had to be something, and sure enough, episodes last night, she wasn't really dead. So I've got to get back in there. I'm gonna watch a couple of them episodes, then I'll come back out when it gets a little cooler later in the evening, do a few more things out here and feed up. But right now it's hot and I'm going in. I love you guys. God bless y'all. You guys do whatever you can to stay cool. It is hard on everybody right now. I know it is. You guys, you know, just do what you can to stay cool. God bless y'all.